my name is Melody and welcome back to Strawberry Lemon. It has been like half a year already. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. I hope everyone has been doing well, and yeah, I just haven't really been in the mood to film, and I haven't read that many books anyways. I've read a couple here and there and book club picks and stuff, but yeah, I'm back to filming and I'm really into the mood of reading right now, so yeah. But anyways, please let me know how you're doing down below. If you spot me in the comments of some of your old videos, that is just me trying to catch up with everyone because I have not been caught up with anything in the bookish community relatedness. And yeah, so today's video is going to be a reading vlog. I do a lot of reading vlogs, but it is going to be my first reading vlog of an arc. So I am going to be reading Sophie Go's Lonely Hearts Club by Roselle Lim, and I got this as an arc from NetGalley and I'm so excited to read it. I've gotten a couple arcs before, but I haven't read any of them. Yeah, I think my NetGalley score or whatever is pretty bad, but I will get back to them. I will read those books. But yeah, this book is about Sophie Go, who is a matchmaker, like a certified matchmaker, and she has been living in Shanghai for like 3 years, I think, and is moving back home to Toronto, being a matchmaker and everything. But it is revealed that she is a fraud. She never actually finished graduating from matchmaking school, and nobody wants to take their chances on her. So she needs to like prove herself, and she finds out in her apartment complex, I think, there's like a group called the Old Ducks, which I think is why there's like all the ducks on the picture on the cover. But yeah, so the Old Ducks are 7 Chinese bachelors living in this complex, and they're all in their 70s and they never found love. So Sophie Go convinces them to hire her to matchmake for them, and I think it's just a story of that and a bunch of other stuff. The last line of the Goodreads says, her matchmaking skills are put to the test as she learns the depths of loneliness, heartbreak, and love by attempting to make the hardest matches of her life. So yeah, I feel like it'll be deep but also cute and wholesome, and I hope they do find love. I feel like there might be like a found family kind of thing in this book, and I'm very excited for that. And yeah, I think that's about it for now. If anybody wants to catch up for the past 6 months, or you can skip till the next clip. But yeah, let's see. Winter passed by really fast. I don't think there was that much snow this year compared to a couple years back. I dyed my hair in March, and it was supposed to be a like dark purple to like a pastel pink kind of gradient, but the dye came out really fast, so now I'm blonde. And yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. I hope it looks okay. In the springtime, I graduated from college finally, yay! And we had in-person graduation, which was interesting. Walked across the stage and everything. Let's see, I'm now working full-time as a nursing assistant before I apply to PA school next year. Oh, wish me luck. And yeah, last month I started online dating for the first time. It's been interesting. Yeah, it's been slow though. Not much has happened, but I feel like that goes well with reading this book on matchmaking and everything, and just romance in general. It's been scorching hot lately. 90-degree weather is way too hot. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. I haven't filmed in a while, so I'm a bit rusty, but I'll see you in the next update. Bye! Hey yeah! Okay, so I haven't really had that much time to read lately, but today was my day off, so I did read a bit. I think the book officially released 2 or 3 days ago, and right now I'm about 20% of the way through the book, so I'm hoping to get this video out sometime next week, so that will still be pretty close to the release date. And yeah, I'm enjoying the book so far. It's actually pretty interesting, the concept of it. So in this book, there are like actual matchmakers, like you're born, and then I think at some point when you're a kid, like powers kind of get revealed to you. If you're a matchmaker, you start seeing strings on people, red strings on people, and I think it's kind of like their love string or whatever. So if it's not attached, it means they're single, and depending like how bright this string is, there's like a different meaning, and like how flowy it is and how thick or thin it is and everything, which I think is really, really cool. And we have met the old ducks, the 7 elderly that are, I think they're in the 70s or something like that live in her apartment complex. And Sophie has like nicknames for all of them in their heads. It's like Mr. Porcupine, Mr. Dolphin, Mr. Sorrow, Mr. Regret. And I'm like, I like this. I'm liking this. I care more about like the whole matchmaking aspect right now than I do about like Sophie's life in general. I just want everybody to get matched, but yeah, it's pretty good so far. One of the old ducks is called Mr. Durian, and our main character Sophie doesn't like the smell of durian, and I'm like, but why? Because me and my whole family, we love the smell of durian and we like eating durian. And I gotta say, durian smoothie is like the best thing ever. Yeah, controversial. It's like half and half. Like other relatives that I have don't like it, but like my mom and my brother both like the smell of durian, so it works out in this household. But if you don't know what durian is, I'll like insert a picture somewhere. But yeah, I was like, she keeps making comments about durian because one of the old men smells like durian, and I'm like, you know, durian smells pretty good. But yes, I just think the interactions between Sophie and the members of the old duck is just gonna be really, really cute. We haven't seen that much yet, but I'm really excited for that. And yeah, I think that's all the updates I have so far about the book. Recently, I started getting into working out. I mean, they're like 15 to like 25-minute workouts that I follow at home from YouTube. But I think working out like a little bit on my days off is better than not working out at all. And I do feel the burn. Like, yeah, I'm pretty out of shape. But I can finally bench the bar. I'm happy. I used to be able to, then I stopped working out, and then I couldn't bench the bar. The bar is like 45 pounds. And then now I can do it again. So I'm proud of myself. But yeah, I just did an ab workout and not much has really happened. One of my best friends had their birthday lately, so we had brunch and there was just the fluffiest pancakes ever. And yeah, I think that's about it for now. I'll hopefully get some reading done this weekend, and I'll see you then. Bye! Hello! It is now September. I know this video is coming out later than I wanted it to, but I am almost done with the book. I'm like 70% through the book, or 73% I think, and I have some shelves, empty shelves here. Hopefully in the future I will be filming in this general location. You can ignore any books you see on the shelf right now. All my books have been like stored in random places since I didn't have enough space on the bookshelf that I do have. So they've just been like scattered through the house. So some of them are here, but everything's gonna get rearranged and stuff. So ignore this for now. But yeah, hopefully in the next video I post, these shelves will be like full of books. Probably I'm gonna put like my most want to read soonish books on the shelf, but we'll see. I don't have a lot of storage space. And yeah, back to the book. So the book is very good. It's like, the reason why I'm taking so long is not because like the book's not a good book or anything. This year I really just have been in a big reading slump, and yeah, I also went on a mini vacation to Chicago, my first time in Chicago, and I went with a bunch of friends, and it was so much fun, and I got no reading done while I was there, so that's also part of it. And yeah, so the book, as I said, I'm like 73% of the way through, And I think I stick to my thought about not totally like loving the main character right now. I don't hate her, but I don't love her. I just really care more about the old ducks and the relationships she's like helping them form and her relationship with them. But her character is, I don't know, just not clicking with me that well. Also, this book does deal with familial problems, relationship problems kind of, because she doesn't have the best relationship with her mother, and also not really with her father either. They do a lot of guilt tripping, especially the mother. She didn't really agree with Sophie going into matchmaking as a career, even though matchmaking in the book, like, it is a prestigious career because not everybody is born with the talent to see the red threads in everyone and like do the matchmaking. And nothing ever just seems to satisfy her. Her mother just seems to take a lot from Sophie. And the father, she does have a better relationship with her father that is hinted, but I think he also knows like how Sophie's mother treats Sophie, but doesn't really ever do anything about it and just lets everything be. And I don't know if anything will change with that, or if we'll see like the mother's side of the perspective, or if we'll have like a reconciliation kind of thing. But I do want to like point out that that is part of the book and something that is discussed within the book. And yeah, I don't know, I just really like the relationships that the old ducks are forming, and like just finding love in their 70s is really cute. But also I feel like, well, for me, I do hope that I will find a significant other to spend like my old age with, or the rest of my life, or whatever. But I don't know, I feel like not everyone in this world has the same sentiment of wanting to find like a significant other like in a romantic way. And I kind of hope that this book will portray that, because I don't think everyone needs that, and it'll be nice to just show that some people in their 70s are like just living their best lives with their friends and their family, or just like with themselves, being themselves, and just having adventures and everything. But yeah, I don't know, everything is just really cute so far. There is some LGBTQ plus rep in the book as well, and I'm just really enjoying it right now. It's like a cute, fun read. And I think that's it for now. My next update will probably be when I finish the book, hopefully soon. And yeah, I need to get back to GRE studying. I've been slacking a bit, but yeah, GRE studying is priority right now. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye, y'all. Hello! It has been a couple of days since I've last updated, and I have finally finished Sophie Go's Lonely Hearts Club, and I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna end up giving this book 4 stars, and yeah, I recommend y'all to check it out. I quite liked it. It was quite cute if you're in a romance mood, and just, yeah, I don't know, the friendship and the found family, and kind of just figuring out what you want to do with your life, and just figuring out yourself really a little bit, and kind of learning how to not care about other people's approval as much, especially her parents, which was a big thing. Everybody in this book was like so good except her parents. They were just the guilt tripping and always blaming things on her, and how Sophie is always wrong and not supporting her dreams, and just everything. I'm like, come on. But yeah, the found family, so cute, especially the end, but also a bit of sadness in this book. And yeah, it just made me feel cuddly and warm. I don't know if I'm just in like a romance mood, but made me feel cuddly and warm and a little sad. Also, this book mentions a lot of food whenever Sophie meets someone. It's usually a meeting and also like grabbing food at the same time. So if you're hungry, I would not recommend reading this while you're hungry. It'll probably make you more hungry. Also, there's like a lot of mention of food, like Asian foods and candies and snacks, which I'm like, I didn't know all of the references that were being made, but some of them I was like, yes, I loved those as a kid. And I feel like it was really cool that this book focused a lot on finding love for people in their 70s. I think it's probably a lot more because of like what I read a lot of young adult, so that's probably why. But I feel like a lot of books that I read, they focus on people in like their teens and their 20s or maybe even 30s finding love, but not a lot of like the grandmas and the grandpas and stuff, because there's always that like one really awesome like grandma or grandpa or just like an elderly character that just warms your heart. And why can't they find love? Who said that they can't find love? And I love that for this book. And yeah, that isn't to say that Sophie doesn't get like a little romance subplot also in this book, but I love the focus on the old ducks, and they were just all so cute, and they're all like they're just big teddy bears. And yeah, I think that's about it for what I have to say. I'll say bye here, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!
Take a moment and realize, gotta catch it before it passes on by.